This is Dr. Michael Datcher, and this is the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. Right about now here on YouTube's Michael Datcher. In fact, right now, push that subscriber button. Become a subscriber. It's free. 1, 2, 3, 4 free. I did say free. 1, 2, 3, 4 free. We air each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. Again, here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. We are a show aimed at enhancing people's productivity. We are an enhancement productivity company, and this particular broadcast is just a small glimpse into what we do. Today, guys, we're talking about enlightenment and productivity, all right? So again, if you are new to the show, go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being more productive through joy, using joy itself as a technology to move people to a heightened level of productivity, and also along the way being able to experience life basically in a more full way. And again, if you are new, allow me to say a few words about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I am the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people call my people, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americas, which just came out. I'm currently on the book tour. In fact, I'm back in LA, so I'll be October the 4th at the great independent bookstore downtown LA called The Last Bookstore. That's at 7:30 on October 4th. Then at 7 on October the 9th, I'll be at the Pasadena City College as a part of their Writers Series the October 9th at 7 p.m. All right, so I'll see you there, but I'll also be, of course, everywhere. Look for me coming to a town near you. So again, today we're talking about, in a few seconds, we're talking about enlightenment and productivity, the intersection between those two ideas. I was giving you a brief bio of myself. So again, also the author of Americas, which again, I'm on my book tour now for that book. Is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where Michael Brown was murdered, and of course the conflagration that ensued happened there as well. That book interrogates the intersection of race and violence in America. You can think, if you're a hip hop fan, you can think of it as a literary version of This Is America. When I saw that video by Childish Gambino, I was like, wow, that's a video representation of my novel. So I'm sure we'll work together eventually, because once he reads this book, because I've already seen his work, he'll want to reach out. Maybe we'll do some work together, me and Childish Gambino. So we'll see how that unfolds. The book is set again 13 miles from Ferguson, and it looks at identical twin sons in this family. One of whom gets vitiligo, the so-called Michael Jackson disease. And the book explores what happens in our families when there's a problem that we cannot solve, as it also deals with the American family. So the issue, of course, seems to be race that we're having a very difficult time resolving in the American family, and it's vitiligo, which is the metaphor for this larger American piece about skin coloration and the impact of skin differentiation and skin color. So that book's a really interesting and powerful book. I'm also the president of the board of the World Stage, a really powerful literary and and jazz venue here in Los Angeles in the Crenshaw district. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English Lit at Loyola Marymount University here in Los Angeles. I'm an expert at being productive, right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity, given really how crazy my own personal story is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and then subsequently gave me up for adoption to an amazing single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Cool Modi famously said, how you like me now? And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us who are watching this show. In many ways, that inspires my story, inspires our business, inspires this show. we like to work with individuals who've been through a little something, something that they may be able to fully exercise and represent their potential. Because when people like us can make it, can have great success, it offers inspiration to those who are in our spheres of influence. And inspiration is an undervalued entity. Inspiration is a super powerful way to move yourself towards a greater level of abundance, happiness, and joy. Or as Al Green would say, love and happiness. Um, and so let's dive into the topic. Today we're talking about enlightenment and productivity. And before we jump into that fully, we like to, in the morning show, touch on the idea of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. For many of us, we know what it's like to wake up with trouble on our mind. I've been sharing the last a bit here on my show that I've been going through some really complicated situations. I mean, it's really been disheartening. People close to you, and people close to you act in ways that are untoward or shocking or dishonest, or they just lying on you like they're tired. You know, it's when people inside your house, as in your metaphoric house, um, or as the great poet Sonia Sanchez says, being wounded in the house of a friend. When people around you who you love and care about hurt you, it's really painful. So I've been going through this really complicated situation. So it's really bothering me, basically. So at times I'll wake up with this situation on my mind, and I know that I'm not alone in that situation. So we know that people who, especially who are entrepreneurs, folks who are living outside the box, who are out there really making things happen, we have an extra additional amount of stress and pressure. So when those personal issues also arise, it can be a lot. So we help people to deal with those types of issues by framing the day before your day has a chance to frame you, and allow the stress that is tethered oftentimes to having trouble on your mind go throughout your day. We engage this process through a process of a ritual. Ritual can be defined as essentially doing the same thing at around the same time. Let me give you my brief morning ritual to serve as an exemplar. In the mornings, I'll wake up hella early at 3:30 a.m. I read a couple of spiritual business books. I do our show right now at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Again, hit that subscriber button, become a subscriber. It's free. I did say free. 1, 2, 3, 4, free. At 5 I work on my current book until sunrise, and at sunrise I go out to the beach. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California. So I walk out, I bring my drum, I go meditate, pray, do yoga. It's a really powerful time. I come back, I work on my current book for a while longer, and then go back to the beach again to run up the coast all the way past Santa Monica's Pier, all the way back here to Venice Beach to go to my gym, Gold's Gym. So to get my workout in, to get my buff on. So guys, by 10:30, I'm feeling amazing. My body's being flooded with endorphins, and that endorphin release gives me a sense of euphoria that I can then leverage to move myself towards my goals and objectives. We're not saying do what I do, we're saying do what you do, and we hope individuals do just that, all right? So I'll go to Productive Through Joy, learn more about what we do. I think you'll like what you see. Let's dive in. And so point one is you want to, as we talk about enlightenment and productivity. I'm reading two great books now. I'm reading a book called The 1 Minute Millionaire as a part of this morning ritual. I'm also reading a book called The Nag Hammadi. The first book is a kind of a spiritual book which combines entrepreneurial strategy. And I'm also reading a book called The Nag Hammadi Reader, which is a first, second, and third century exploration of Gnostic spiritual traditions. So from those books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. Today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, I am enlightenment, movement, and abundance for my family, my community, and myself. I think about that throughout the day. I can place it on my phone. I contemplate it throughout my day, and also create the morning and afternoon shows. So today we're talking about enlightenment and productivity. Let's start. Point one is that you want to make enlightenment as a goal, right? You want to make that as an absolute goal. Point two, you want to live that by engaging in enlightened behavior in your personal relationships, starting from your family and moving outward. And point three is, as you begin to set that template, set that idea, set that particular perspective, and live that as a lifestyle, you're going to see an absolute enhancement in your productivity. And boom, there goes the dynamite. Those are the 3 points. Learn more by going to productivethroughjoy.com. Thanks for being here. We'll see you at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.